A new temple is coming to the Greater Moncton area, and we're here with three of our friends to talk about that and to talk about the Atlantic Khalsa Darbar temple, new temple in Shediac Bridge. So we have Nick, we have Araceli, and we have Balwant. So welcome, friends, first of all. Very happy to have you guys here. First of all, why this temple? Why here now? This kind of thing. So why here and why now? I guess would be the first question. Many of you can answer that.
It's the Khalsa. Number one is Khalsa is the birth is 1699 by Guru Gobind Singh in India, and then is the day of the harvest, which is Baisakhi Day, and over 80,000 people get together, and then Guru Gobind Singh Ji is bring the abolished all things like they can bring rich, poor, caste system, and extra, and then they have a same principles and all over the world, which is we follow here in Atlantic Khalsa Darbar, and also it's we just done the foundation ceremony for Atlantic Khalsa Darbar May the 19th, which is the past Sunday, and the one thing I will let you know about langar. The langar is the community kitchen for 24/7, and all people invited. They can come anytime, and we're just the main thing is all communities recognize as one, and this is the main of our goal, and plus is we just this started right now, then just to get the foundations done, and we on this event it's over 350 people get together, yeah, and it's everybody gets langar together, eat the food together, and that's the things we try to follow the same principles and same values of the day of the birth of Khalsa.
Good question. Why here? Why now? Why here? Atlantic Khalsa Darbar's mission is to provide a place of worship of the Gurdwara Sahib, which is a Sikh temple in New Brunswick, the first in New Brunswick. Why here? Shediac, New Brunswick would be a centralized location from PEI, Nova Scotia, Fredericton, Miramichi, everywhere, and it's so centralized location that the worship, the place of worship is just in here. Why now? The reason why now is because Balwant and I and Nick had identified some needs for the place of worship for the Gurdwara. We are also immigrants in this country and a newcomer in New Brunswick, and we have identified the needs of these people to worship. It's part of our lives. Religion is part of our lives, and it's so important for someone to have that place to pray and to serve God and to place that principle in their lives. And I think that's why it's so important to have this temple in New Brunswick.
We had mentioned just before we went to air about for immigrants coming here and then not having this place to be connected spiritually, they're not staying here because of that. So this really gives them that spiritual connection here in this area. How important is that? I know you kind of touched that, but how important is that for immigrants coming in here or even just people of the community coming in here and now they have that spot?
Well, as we look at, a lot of immigrants would come here for, with their families, for jobs, and having a centralized location with a temple would be the foundation blocks to kind of like build a family and a community at this moment. So I think it's very, very important, and also for the community to develop and grow, and also even it will help the province as well, as one of the provincial main focus is immigration as well. So it kind of like feeds the need for the province as well as for the people to call it home as New Brunswick. So I think that's pretty much the main goal for the Khalsa Darbar would be, is for people, for people to have a place to worship, and for people to call home, and to be able, for the province, for the people to stay here in the province. Yep.
100%. So you guys mentioned you had a foundation ceremony this past weekend. What is that ceremony like? I know you mentioned you guys, break bread together, but what is that ceremony like?
The ceremony is we get together May the 19th on a Sunday, and we just pray, and we went to the site, and we just stone at the property, and pray again, and then we have a kirtan, and then we get a langar. The langar is the main thing in our community, to serve to the all nations and all people, and like all four corners is most welcome, and you can get vegetarian food, and they just come and sit on the floor and eat together.
So with the foundation beginning, what's the time frame for a completion for this project?
Well, we're looking at, starting off the project in August of 2019, and it will take around a year for the project completion. So say by next year, the temple, the completion of the temple will be there. Yeah.
So that's what we can look forward to in Shediac Bridge. We can see that area. And you mentioned this is a centralized location. It is the second one in the Maritimes, the first one in New Brunswick. So for that, do you consider that to be a big accomplishment? Is that kind of a feather you can stick in your cap kind of thing?
It's a very good accomplished for everybody, really. For the Atlantic Khalsa Darbar, it's a very good accomplished. Again, our focus is to serve our community in Atlantic provinces, not only in the community of Indo-Canadian community, but also for everybody, because we do recognize like everybody as one, all humanity as one.
100%. Nick, maybe we can reiterate this. I know we talked about the mission of Atlantic Khalsa Darbar. Maybe we can reiterate that here.
Yeah, absolutely. What we're looking at is when anybody that comes to the province, right? They are able to get a job, and then they seek for a place to associate or to find a community that they can associate with. This the mission for this Atlantic Khalsa Darbar would be to collaborate with multiple communities, and we know that there's a lot of multinationals that are residing in New Brunswick now. So to gather everybody together under one roof and be able to collaborate with them to kind of like build this temple, as well as build the community from there onwards, and that's a place to call home for them.
I know we mentioned before we just went to air that you three are community members. There is no title, there is no any kind of thing. How important is it for that equality for just to be community members?
For me, equality is really very important. It's because it's not about race, it's not about religion, it's not about your status. It's about how you serve God as one. And that's what God did really teach us, is to be together, to be connected with each other. And for me, I'm not like, I grew up in the Philippines. I'm Filipino, and my religion is Roman Catholic.
Right.
But to be part of this is really important for me because I'm serving the community. It's a different religion, but again, it's not about all the religion. It's about who I'm serving and what I'm serving. And to me, it's very important.
Yes, exactly. Now, Nick, I know, before we head out, I know you wanted to mention the website, and particular donations are being accepted as well, so let's get into that.
Absolutely. Well, we have a campaign running right now. Our Facebook page is Atlantic Khalsa Darbar. So it's facebook.com/Atlantic Khalsa Darbar. And our website is atlantickhalsadarbar.ca. And all the information in terms of contact information could be found there at this moment.
Yeah, so be sure to check that out and keep it updated because it will be updated there. So Balwant, Araceli, and Nick, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, and good luck in future.